Hello friends, I'm TrendSweater. Sweating trends is what I usually do, but since my last few innocent uploads have been removed and flagged as inappropriate content, I figured it just might be appropriate for me to channel my anger and frustration into ranting about this bullshit situation. As a disclaimer, just know that I acknowledge and appreciate the fact that YouTube, also known as Alphabet Incorporated or Google, is a private company and they reserve the right to enforce any rule they deem necessary, even if it's censoring or punishing a certain group of content creators, let's say for sexual orientation. YouTube recently released a video talking about how the pandemic that is the coronavirus is affecting the platform. As it is understandable that people's safety comes first and foremost, it's quite unsettling to hear them acknowledge that the platform is being operated by a bunch of computers and their decisions will affect the content creators that upload the 3 weeks worth of content that's uploaded to YouTube every minute.
Hey, I'm Matt from YouTube, and I've got some answers to your questions as it relates to coronavirus and your channel. This is obviously an unsettling time for lots of people around the world, and everyone's feeling the impact in their own way.
It's rumored that because YouTube hires tens of thousands of humans from outside countries to act as an extra layer of defense against the algorithm making bad decisions and to teach it nuance in speech, that their cultural bias and conservative politics are influencing the AI to improperly target marginalized groups such as LGBT, conspiracy videos, and conservative politics, although that has been disproven by Sealow and publicized by Nerd City, two YouTubers in which they uploaded over 500,000 two-second video clips to YouTube and titled them with terms that were on the banned demonetized list of words, then replacing them with keyword terms such as happy and friend, to which they were fully monetized, approved, and greenlit for ad placement.
YouTube systems are amazing at detecting patterns across enormous amounts of content, but they have a hard time understanding nuances, you might agree, like judging whether a news piece or a parody video is in violation. That's why we also built our systems to include expert reviewers to bring in human judgment for more complicated content. We're also raising up visibility on the most authoritative channels and videos covering the coronavirus. And we're reducing the visibility of harmful content, including conspiracy theories, made-up home remedies, among others.
YouTube as a platform has done a lot of shady shit to the people it was originally intended for. Small content creators. Basically a dude with his cell phone making a bunch of dope videos simply to entertain the masses and maybe to make a few bucks in the process. For those of you not in the YouTube loop, probably because you have a life, YouTube is run by a few corporate executives and a bunch of computers that make big decisions, such as whether something is or isn't considered to be appropriate and should be demonetized, or even to go as far as to consider it hate speech and remove it from the platform completely.
YouTube has to stay on the side of being careful and cautious here. The large majority of you upload videos that follow our community guidelines, but there are some who don't. And in this time especially, making sure harmful or misleading info isn't spread is more important than ever. YouTube has as many teams as possible working from home to minimize disruption. But just like we have engineers who have to physically plug into special systems to do their jobs, it's the same with video reviewers who are located around the world. Some teams just can't work from home if their work is sensitive or if they live in areas that don't have the right technical infrastructure in place.
Just like the obvious keywords ISIS aren't allowed on the platform for good reasons, although blocking anti-ISIS content seems a bit counterproductive, where exactly is the line drawn on what is or isn't considered outright censorship? Words like gay, lesbian, or Jew are on the list of banned words that are controversial and not ad-friendly.
As you probably know by now, with 500 hours of video uploaded to YouTube every minute, we use automated systems to help flag videos that violate our policies and guidelines. And those videos then go to human reviewers. Since more of our reviewers need to stay home right now for their health and safety, we're going to have to depend more on automated systems. This means creators might see a temporary increase in video removals, unfortunately, including some that may not violate any policies. You're going to have to expect more time for reviews, longer turnaround times for appeals, and slower and maybe limited service and support times. This includes through email, chat, and social media, until those teams can return to work. That's leading to some really tough choices, especially our need to reduce in-office staffing in content review centers. Because of that, you will see an impact on YouTube's normal support and service functions.
Another point mentioned in the video is how the word coronavirus is an absolute taboo amongst the YouTube community, causing instant demonetization if used, kind of like the word Voldemort in the Harry Potter series. In YouTube's announcement, they admitted that specially selected news channels and content creators were allowed to use the word of the virus that shall not be named without losing any monetization. And in an announcement of the century, they said that maybe, possibly in the next few weeks, people would be able to use that word without being demonetized.
I want to move on to our rollout of monetization around videos mentioning coronavirus. When will videos about coronavirus start monetizing, and why does it take so long? When monetizing videos, we have to make sure to keep creator, viewer, and advertiser goals in mind. We have to be careful and responsible and reward the right content. That's why teams are starting slowly with creators who accurately self-certify and certain trusted news partners.
If you frequent the site, you've probably heard your favorite YouTuber talk about the multiple adpocalypses that have occurred on YouTube, causing content creators big and small to see major cuts in their paychecks every month. And this stuff is simply caused by major corporations pulling their advertisements from YouTube because of stupid dramas like PewDiePie's parodies being taken out of context by the mainstream media, or seeing how easy it is for a pedophile to fall down the rabbit hole of sexualizing content that's not meant to be sexualized, like a kid playing at the beach or Spider-Man pissing on Elsa.
It's about being as responsible as possible during this extraordinary time. With around 3 weeks of video uploaded every minute, we have to move deliberately and carefully to make sure we expand in a way that helps, not hurts, the public conversation. We're starting with these authoritative news sources featuring both creators and media companies.
Immediately following the tragedy of the mass shooting in Las Vegas, a major YouTuber named Casey Neistat uploaded a video offering his condolences and announcing that all ad revenue would be offered to the Victims Fund. YouTube demonetized the video and announced on Twitter that it had a zero-tolerance policy on talking about tragedy. People didn't find this fair because major corporate channels like Jimmy Kimmel, Ellen DeGeneres, and other talk show hosts were allowed to maintain monetization because ABC and CBS, NBC, all those networks definitely need the monetization and ad revenue much more than the small content creators do.
You won't be able to make revenue off of videos that have been removed, but keep using our appeal system. It just might take more time. Same rules apply if you think your video was removed and shouldn't have been. Appeal the decision and the available teams will take a look. Again, it just might take time.
I know it's been a long few weeks for everybody. The world is ending, the economy is collapsing, democracy is over, and iDubbbz is a cuck. I thought this year couldn't be any worse than 2019, but I was wrong. We need to hit reboot on 2020 and restore it to its factory setting. Until YouTube has true competition, it's going to continue to treat its content creators like complete shit and transition towards more corporate, ad-friendly content. The home or trending page of YouTube used to consist of small content creators creating big waves and epic content, but nowadays it's just the same old lame-ass faces over and over again that don't challenge you mentally, but more make you mentally challenged and give cancer to kids. That's right, I said that YouTubers give kids cancer. They are cancerous.
Above all else, YouTube's priority is providing information in a responsible way. You see that in how we're directing viewers looking for the latest on coronavirus using our homepage. That's also why we're rolling out monetization for coronavirus videos as a gradual process, starting with creators who accurately self-certify their videos and a select number of news partners. We plan to continue to roll it out to all creators in the YouTube Partner Program over the coming weeks.
I guess my point in saying all this is, YouTube, stop being a bitch. Release my recent uploads. I promise my content's not going to hurt anyone.
And lastly, as a former creator, I just want to say to you other creators, if you choose to, you have an opportunity to use your voice to help your community stay calm and to understand the facts. You may or may not be able to monetize that effort, but maybe helping the public could be just as rewarding or even more.
So in an act of defiance, like this video, subscribe to TrendSweater, show YouTube that I got the content.